Welcome to Unit 5. The topic is Oregon's basic retail liquor laws. Information to be covered in this unit is number 1, the most common liquor licenses. Number 2, legal hours of alcohol sales and service. Number 3, alcohol in a licensed premise. Number 4, corking wine. Number 5, no drinking while working. Number 6, educational wine, beer, spirits tasting. Number 7, conduct of employees. Number 8, illegal activity on a licensed premise. Orderly premises and neighborhood livability. Certified security. Cooperating with OLCC regulatory employees. Liquor as a prize. Prohibited drink promotions. Food service requirements, in-room supply of alcohol, pregnancy posting. What happens if you violate a liquor law? Any business person wanting to sell or serve alcoholic beverages in Oregon must first be licensed by the OLCC. Anyone can apply for a liquor license, but approval is granted only after the Commission has made a thorough investigation of the application. Here are the most common liquor licenses. Full on-premise sales, License F. Examples: fine dining establishments, neighborhood or family restaurants, nightclubs, hotels, and private clubs. A full on-premises sales, or a F license, allows the sale by the drink of hard liquor, distilled spirits, beer, wine, and cider for drinking only on the licensed premises. Full on-premise licenses may not sell alcohol to go unless the business also has an off-premise sales license. However, there are 2 exceptions. Customers may take from the premises a partially consumed bottle of wine if the wine is served in conjunction with the customer's meal. Customers may purchase beer, wine, or cider for consumption off the premise in securely covered containers provided by the customer. Food must be available at all times when alcohol is sold. It is illegal to discourage customers from ordering food in a full on-premises business, even if the customer is ordering only food and not any alcohol. Minor service permittees may work here under certain circumstances. Under strict conditions, full on-premise licenses may be used at catered and temporary events away from the licensed premises. If the licensee first satisfies prior notice and approval requirements, contact your local OLCC office for details. Limited on-premises sales, L. Examples: family restaurants, cafes, pizza parlors, delicatessens, and taverns. A limited on-premises sales, or L license, allows the sale by the drink of beer, wine, and cider for consumption only on the licensed premises. Limited on-premise licenses may not sell alcohol to go unless the business also has an off-premises sales license. However, there are 3 exceptions. Customers may take from the premises a partially consumed bottle of wine if the wine is served in conjunction with the customer's meal. Customers may have purchased beer for consumption off the premises in securely covered containers provided by the customer, commonly called growlers, in quantities up to 2 gallons, and customers may purchase beer in factory-sealed kegs holding 7 or more gallons. Limited on-sales licenses are not required to offer food. Minor service permittees may work here under certain circumstances. Under strict conditions, limited on-premise licenses may be used at catered and temporary events away from the licensed premises if the licensee first satisfies prior notice and approval requirements. The Brewery Public House, the BP license. A brewery public house or BP license is granted to a business to manufacture and sell beer, malt beverages up to 14% alcohol, and sell wine and cider for drinking on and off the premises. BP businesses selling alcohol for off-premises drinking may do so in the following ways: package sales of beer, wine, and cider in factory-sealed containers. This includes kegs of beer. Malt beverages, wine, and cider in securely covered containers supplied by the customer, commonly called growlers. BP licenses are not required to offer food. Minor service permittees may work here under certain circumstances, and with prior approval from the OLCC, BP businesses may deliver beer to Oregon residents. Strict conditions apply. To make same-day or next-day delivery of beer and wine under strict conditions, the licensee must receive prior approval before making deliveries. Again, contact your local OLCC office for details. Then we have the winery license, or WY license. Allows a person to manufacture and wholesale wine and cider. A winery may also sell wine, cider, and malt beverages at retail for drinking on or off the licensed premises, which would include growlers containing wine, cider, or beer. Also, if a bottle of wine is purchased at a winery and part of the wine is consumed at the winery, the customer can take the bottle home with them without consuming a meal. But the guest cannot be a minor or a VIP, which is a visibly intoxicated person. Winery employees who solicit wholesale orders or who only make to-go retail sales do not need to have a service permit. But any winery employee who serves alcohol for on-premises consumption and at special events, including tastings on or off the winery premises, must have a service permit. Winery licensors are not required to offer food, and minor service permittees again may work here under certain circumstances. Off-premise sales. Examples, supermarkets, grocery stores, and convenience stores. An off-premise sales or an O license allows the sale of beer, wine, and cider in factory-sealed containers to go only. Also, O licenses can now sell growlers for beer, wine, or cider, and anyone whose duties include filling growlers must have a valid alcohol service permit. Alcohol must not be consumed on the premises. To sell alcohol, employees must be at least 18 and read and sign an OLCC brochure entitled What Every Store Clerk Needs to Know About Selling Alcohol. But all signed clerk brochures must be kept on the premises for inspections by OLCC personnel, and clerks who fill growlers at an off-premise licensed business must have a valid service permit. Employees who serve tastings must have a service permit. With prior approval from the OLCC, off-premise businesses may deliver beer, wine, and cider to Oregon residents, and again, strict conditions apply.